Duncan. So I'm Robotic, the marketing manager here at Whalecoin Talk. And today we have Logan Paul from Spooky Shiba. And we're going to be doing an amateur day. It'll be recorded and we're going to publish it on YouTube and also stream it on Twitch. It will be recorded in Telegram as well. So we'll pin it in the chat here and you can share it in your community too if you want to. So the format of the AMA is a conversation between myself and your team, and there'll be opportunities for questions at the end as well. So would you like to introduce yourself, Logan, and just explain about your experience and background?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind doing that. So yeah, great to be here. You know, we did an AMA earlier with Coin Launch community as well, but we have. I'm really excited for today. Today's a great time. Halloween's right here. And Shiba is going crazy. And so Spooky Shiba was born, right? On the 29th of October. We really started hitting it hard, but we launched a contract on the 28th, I believe, at 10 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're just a little over 2 days old. Well, almost 3 days, guys. Almost 3 days old now. But originally I had a project called Kishu Forever, which I still have. I'm sporting their NFT actually at the moment. Originally we were for the rebase hype, right? Kishu Forever came out and we wanted to do rebase a lot better than all the others. So we came up with a one of a kind smart rebase system, right? For Kishu Forever. And, pretty much what it does is it only rebases on 10% dips. Like if it dips, if they all time dips 10%, it'll automatically rebase 4% until we hit an all-time high again. So it's really cool. Like if we just push it, if it just goes up, it always goes up. It doesn't rebase. So that's one of the neat things about that and why it caught a lot of attention. Now, obviously BSC space, right? Everybody's jumping back and forth, catching the next shiny object. So utility is important for investors that are buying in a little bit later. So what's to think it will reach millions of market cap, right? Well, utility is key, but it also costs money to pay people to do things. You know, I have to pay. So volume is important. And if a project loses volume, then I wasn't just going to kill it. I wasn't going to give up. Anybody in that community will tell you that I tried to do a lie, stuck with it. I didn't kill it. I didn't say, hey guys, sell. I didn't do that. No, I stuck with it. And so what we did was just launched a project at this moment called Spooky Shiba. And it was originally a stealth launch just to raise funds so that we can afford the NFT marketplace, right? Pay the developer to create the NFT marketplace that we're creating. That's one of a kind. Not your typical NFT marketplace either. You know, like a lot of these guys, a lot of these NFT marketplaces are pretty cookie cutout. Same. You mint your NFT, yada yada, right? That's it. Trade it or buy it or sell it. Simple.
Yeah.
But there's no real system. There's no real connection to the other NFTs in your collection, right? Other than saying it's rare, saying it's worth more, you know, why, right? So we're changing the game. We're completely revolutionizing the NFT marketplace on BSC. So we're bringing it back, right? And how are we doing that? We're going to be including our own collection. You're able to make your own collection of NFTs. So let's say you wanted to start your own NFT ecosystem. Right. Well, just for holding a specific tier of NFTs, you can determine what kind of taxes each NFT charges, right, for that ecosystem. So let's say we wanted to launch the Spooky NFT ecosystem, right, which we're doing. There's 3 tiers right now. You have the common, you have the rares, right, and then you have the legendaries. So this is a really cool aspect that we offer because this doesn't only help our utility, it also helps our holders and build holders and really encourage people to buy more and hold more. And I'll explain that here in a second. So there's two sides to this. Okay. NFTs, great on their own. It's just art, perception of value. But at the same time, what do they do? Well, how does it work for me? I know that's a good question on people's minds. So taxes, right? Let's say you hold a legendary, which we're only minting 2 of those. So in that collection, there's going to be a higher tax percentage that is specifically meant for that whole collection. Let's say you buy a common for 0.1 BNB. Well, there's a tax on that the legendary holder will receive. So if you spend 0.1 or 0.2 BNB for a common NFT, the legendary holders will see a percentage of that tax, and a higher one because they're holding the legendary percentage. And anybody can come to our platform and create their own collections, right? But at first, we're gonna just keep it very VIP, where it's just Kishi Forever and just Spooky Shiba at the moment, right? And then as we grow with time, we will allow others as they see like, oh wow, this is really badass, really cool idea. And before anybody else can really just take the idea, take the code and run with it and make their own, we'll release it to the public. But we want to make sure, obviously, that the projects that I've already got up and started, we got diamond hand holders, they need to be rewarded. And so that's
so this is something that's coming down the line, this NFT marketplace where you can create your own collections, essentially. How far away is this?
1 to 2 weeks.
1 or 2 weeks. Okay then. And so you've mentioned in terms you've done a project initially. When did that first project start?
When did we start Kishi Forever? It was last week, last Friday. Yeah, last Friday we launched it. Right? Went on for the weekend. We hit a 350K market cap from we had 100 BN, or I'm sorry, a 42 BNB liquidity initially added, and then we went to 400,000 market cap, and then at even with the marketing that I was spending, even with everything going on, it was just not enough hype to really keep it exponential, not enough hype to get it to a listing point, to keep that volume up.
Yeah, I think at the moment, I say like the memes are really where the hype is, and Shiba is very hyped. It's just gone to its all-time high. So you can get on the back of that, I think, and get certainly the Asian community interested in it. China loves Shiba, so I think it could be promising. Do you want to just talk about like your vision? Is the vision the marketplace, or is there other utility as well, or what do you imagine for this going forward?
Yeah. So now the cool thing about the NFT ecosystem is that it's going to be very sought after. It's going to be very wanted, right, by people, because of the fact it's like a guaranteed BNB rewards that don't affect the specific token. It's just literally for the NFTs. As people buy and sell NFTs, they'll be getting this reward back in royalties, right? Royalties attached to the NFT itself. So they could just hold it, and not only do they own this, they have this one of a kind, NFT in a collection. They also are getting those royalties and BNB constantly added to their wallet. So it's a win-win. Also, the scratch card game, right? That we've developed. It's a DApp. It's already we've already have a live version of it, but we're releasing that together with the Kishi Forever as well on their site. And how that works is so there's only 2 legendaries being released, right? There's only 20 rares being released, and there's 200 commons being released. Total of 222. We split that down the middle, so there's going to be 1 legendary, for example, being able to be bought and sold on the marketplace immediately, and then you have one legendary that's going to be available to be won by the scratch card game. To qualify to be able to play in our scratch card game, right, for that collection, you're going to have to hold the tokens, right? You're going to have to hold a certain value of the tokens to play once every 24 hours.
And how long does the rewards last from this legendary one or the rare one? You know, if I won it from the scratch card, how long would I receive rewards for?
Yeah, if you won it from a scratch card, right? Your BSC address would ultimately come to me, and I in a list, and I have to send that NFT to you. Right? I'll send that NFT directly to your wallet, and as you have ownership of this minted NFT that's specifically in our collection, taxes will automatically come to your BSC wallet. Yes, BNB wallet.
Nice. And if I wanted to, could I get rewards in like Spooky Shiba or something else, or does it have to be BNB?
For now, just to make things quite simple and easy and a lot more tasty for people, is BNB. Spooky Shiba, its value will go up directly from the scratch card game itself. People buying so that they can get their hands on something in our collection.
Okay, so the scratch card itself actually bought with Spooky Shiba tokens, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So Spooky Shiba right now offers Shiba rewards, which for the moment, while we're pumping, we've turned off all marketing sales, all contract sales right now. So normally it's a 15% tax, and a hefty part of that comes from Shiba rewards, but we turned it down to 8%, guys, only for a liquidity pool, and just a little bit in marketing, and really that's all turned off for now. And we're going to do a burn actually once we reach a listing point on CMC, because that's all confirmed, that's all coming before or right when Halloween hits in America.
Okay, that's great then. So it's going to be brought onto CMC tomorrow, essentially. Is that right?
Yeah, within the next hours here, hopefully.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, because usually it's when Singapore wakes up for the CMC listings. Yeah, probably a few hours away. That's great. So you mentioned about the taxes. So there's normally a reward of, is it 8% Shiba, but you've turned it off for now because you want to pump it up, basically. Is that right?
Exactly. Let's get some eyes. Let's break some records, and make some amazing, movements. So we get all these eyes and attention on us, and then we can put taxes then, and help and start rewarding people. As soon as because we really want to get on CMC trending, we want to hit Dex Tools trending, we want to do all that, right? The funds we have are secured and already paid for. Like, we already paid for you guys, we paid for our Travlad throughout the day, we paid for quite a bit of people, man, that we're all secured today. So we're all set on marketing. So if anybody comes in the chat and says wins marketing or what's I'm always just like sighing, like, fuck, this guy is crazy, man. I like, he's late here. He's early, but he's late,
Yeah. We know Travlad is actually in this chat as well. He's a good choice for an AMA. So that's really positive that you've got him. And yeah, I can see it doing well as you progress through the week. There's a lot of good factors going on. I'm glad that you're pumping up the liquidity as well, because low liquidity can be an issue. So it's good that you've got the liquidity tax on and marketing and liquidity of what everyone wants. I think the reflections, I'm personally not bothered about, but I know some people like them. But I think it's the liquidity and marketing that people want more than anything.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is liquidity is definitely everything that veterans of the crypto space start to look at and really realize, like, okay, what can I really pull out from this for or have in value, really? Because it could say 100 BNB value, guys, like, in your wallet, but really there's but there's only 150 BNB, in liquidity. So that's why we really want to do this burn, because the burn will actually lower the market cap, but because there's less tokens, because it'll actually show a little decrease in the value you have, but it's more realistic, right? It brings a realistic liquidity to us so that more people can benefit when we do the burn.
Yeah.
So it's a positive.
And what percentage of the supply are you planning on burning? Is it going to be gradual or?
Well, we burnt 50% from launch, but now we're doing another 10% right when we get listing and start getting trending. Start getting some
Nice.
eyes on us, yeah.
That'd be good timing. Yeah, that sounds really good. And just thinking about like your NFTs, is there any plans for staking with them? You know, like staking the NFTs or?
You know, something that I thought about, I'm just trying to figure out how we can implement it. I mean, if anybody were to have good ideas as we're developing the platform, I'm always open to ideas to improve. Even thereafter, change the only guarantee in life. And I'm always willing to change, guys, for the better, right? That makes sense and it's going to work. That's the thing. So yeah, I mean, totally down to add staking. You know, the most successful staking I've seen was with Pancake Swap, like literally staking a cake. Like that's been one of the most successful staking platforms I've seen. A lot of staking platforms that I have seen though are very much, it's a failure. You know, no other because they start staking and now there's too much supply and everybody's got it and they sell and the price is just crazy down. So I try to be careful. I want to make sure I have the right formula before I just say, okay, staking's okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's trial and error, like kind of with the staking, because you don't want to let too much of the supply go out, like you say.
Yeah.
It could just be, it's something like kind of some people like, don't they, the staking. I know there's been some coins that have done it with a mixed degree of success. I wouldn't say there's been that successful, like Banker Doge, for instance. You know, it didn't really take off that well, and that had stake as their main feature. You know.
Yeah, because it's always variables, like we're saying. Like what works for us on a threshold tax. You know, like we had a threshold of 1%. Like when we were doing contract sales, for example, that was working when we had a lower market cap. But now that our market cap's starting to get a little stronger, a little bit better, we couldn't do 1% because then there's like $4,000 or $5,000 sales at one time. You know, so we have to be able to change and move with the volume.
And what is your market cap and your liquidity?
Right now we have just over 100,000 leaving liquidity, and I think we're sitting at a nice 2 million or 1.7, something around there. It was growing crazy. We were literally 24 hours ago at 300,000 market cap, guys.
Wow, nice. Yeah, it sounds like you've had a good time so far, and I think it's gonna get even more exciting coming up. You know, with the news that's coming up in the imminent day in the Halloween buzz and vibe, it's going to be good.
Yes,
in terms of like your wallet sizes, like is there any max wallet?
Yeah, we actually had a 3% max wallet, 1% max transaction to begin with, and you know we've just left that on because we don't see any problem with that. Anybody can really make as many wallets as they want at this point if they really want to do that. We don't want to scare any investors either way with more than 3%. The only wallet that'll have more than 3% is going to be the wallet that's about to burn 10% of the tokens, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds really exciting. Love a good burn. Yeah, like you say, people can have multiple wallets anyway, but yeah, it's good that you've got that limit there.
Yes,
and is there any audit at all, or are you going to get an audit?
You said an audit, like from Certic? Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we were going to, that was actually part of the plan for sure, at least right around CMC. Yeah. We got a lot of good whales on here, a lot of big projects that are looking at us right now that are literally coming to my DMs like, bro, I can help you. Like, I got this resource, let me do this. I'll say run it. You know, like I'm that guy that doesn't, that if you're willing to help, I can just tell, like, usually by the way people are asking, the way they're doing things. Like there's been plenty of people here that have helped out already. Like someone literally said, hey, can I fix the buttons on the Telegram? I said, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then they did it. I made them admin. They did it. It looked really nice and neat. And I was like, oh, okay, let me pay you. So I paid them. I gave them 0.25 BNB for doing that, you know. But if someone had came to me and said, hey, let me get 0.25 BNB, let me do that. I'll fix your buttons and shit or whatever, right? I probably have been more skeptical, but I can see when people are trying to help because they
Sure.
want this to succeed. They want this to go far.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that you're potentially considering a certic audit in the future. You know, we've had a few coins recently been, you know, doing the certic audit or applying for it, and it's very popular. You know, like you say, liquidity and the certic audit are good for bigger investors. Yeah, so that's interesting. Have you thought about doing an Ethereum bridge? Just because, you know, that seems to pump a lot of coins. Have you considered that?
You know, yeah, I've been trying to get in touch with someone, trying to find someone. I'm sorry, I'm driving, and so yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find someone who could actually help me out with the bridge. Yeah, I've thought about it. I think it would be a great idea to, like, for someone that has Ethereum, for example, from Shiba side, to be able to just say, hey, I want to buy Spooky Shiba, you know, and just take their Ethereum
Mm.
and go straight into our token. That would be amazing, guys. But unfortunately, I'm having a hard time finding someone that can make that happen. I've asked a couple of people already that I thought had bridges, and you know, they
I,
pretty much
I,
haven't been very helpful.
I have a developer on my team who can do Ethereum bridges, so I could help you with that.
Oh, perfect. Well, you know, that'd be amazing. We could get that going
Yeah.
right for Halloween. That would be an amazing release, right, with CMC, huh?
It wouldn't come that soon. It would take about 2 weeks, but it probably could do it for you in the next month. Yeah. So it'd be something to look forward to. And to be honest, you don't want it all at once anyway. You know, you probably want to, you know, gradually release good news. So yeah.
Okay.
But it'd be good news, I think. I think the community would like it, the Ethereum bridge. I've seen a few projects recently, and they do very well, you know, by having that two areas of bias, you know, like Ethereum and BSC. And those Ethereum whales do buy a lot, you know, so it's good for this coin. Yeah. Okay then, so let's move on to, you touched upon some of the marketing. What plans have you got to get to the Chinese community? Because I think they're the ones that are really going to bring this to a new level. Have you got plans to market with them?
Yeah, I mean, we've already listed on CN token. We actually got ads for them for the next 3 days. Well, 2 days now. So we paid for them yesterday, and they've been us up for like 24/7 on their CN ads. It's almost like a coin sniper for the Chinese community.
Oh yeah, yeah. And are you going to go on the Chinese version of CMC?
Yeah, we've been using Weibo. Will we say Chinese version of CMC? Some people have different opinions on this stuff. What do you?
It's called Fenshaw I or something, like, kind of, it's a listing platform like CMC essentially, but it's in Chinese Mandarin.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for all that. Getting the word out is important, and if you think that's something we need to be on, obviously it sounds like it. So I'm definitely down for putting us on there for sure. Just tell me what we need to do.
Okay, sure. I can help you with that as well. I can advise you what to do there. So in terms of your other marketing, could you reveal any of your plans apart from, you know, obviously you mentioned CMC? Is there anything else coming this week, or in the long term plans, whichever you want to include?
Oh yeah, I mean, long term plans are really with the are going to be coming with the NFT marketplace that we're creating. That was the whole point of that, was to create the long term plan, along with a nice, like you were saying, the bridge. Like those two together would be amazing. Because then literally people who've never heard of crypto, you can just explain how this works, and it just makes a lot of sense. So that's the whole point, really, that we're trying to get to, is where the name isn't the most important thing. It's the utility behind it, and we just want to kill it on utility. I'm trying to brand myself as a developer that has great ideas, can make projects blow up. So the past 2 projects we've done very, very well. And you know, this is our This is our second project. We went from the 5K market cap to where it's at now. It's insane. It's almost 1,000x since launch.
Yeah, you've got people that believe in you as well because they're holding. So that's great. That's what you need. People that are going to hold for a long time. To see it through. Because if they don't, then it kills the coin, doesn't it? So we need to hold and progress forward with it. And how big is the community? How many people are in it? And have you got any international communities?
Yeah. So we have a Chinese community now. Granted, it's not obviously as kept up as the English one. It's tough. It's tough already to do the English, and I've had people come to me saying they want payment to do Chinese mods, and I have had some volunteer. Obviously, I'm going to pay the ones who volunteer first before I come out of pocket for someone I don't know in the Chinese community. I've actually been misled. See, what we don't understand is where we can easily get scammed into. So the Chinese community is something I am not 100% on. I don't know the exact areas to go. I have to use pretty much like you guys ever watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? When you ask the audience, that's pretty much what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? And I'll post it up and I'll be like, does this look good? What are you thinking, guys? Does this look like a scam or what's up? And then.
Yeah, well, they can be very helpful, Chinese communities, if you ask them to. I've often, when I've invested in a project, I've gone to the Chinese community and asked them to translate stuff or, get involved, and they've always been up for getting involved, like you say, and not for payment either. So that's really good. But yeah, I do know a Chinese investor group that I could put you in contact with, and they'll be able to help you with some stuff like that. That kind of mods and stuff. Yeah, so I guess that kind of, why should we buy the token? I mean, it sounds interesting. Could you sum up why we should invest today?
I mean, because the fact of the utility that's coming is going to be one of a kind. There's no other NFT marketplace like that, let alone on the BSC. Like, BSC is so undervalued right now in terms of the NFT space. So we're going to revolutionize that, and I guarantee we're going to get a lot of attention from that. Our marketplace is going to kill it. We've already claimed the name Open Floor NFT. That's the name of the website that we've got, Open Floor. So definitely think we can brand that really well. We're probably going to take some other names too that we think in the process, and if we find something better, we'll use it. But yeah, I mean, other than that, man, I mean, I'm here for the long run. I'm not going to give up. So that's something I think will, resonate well with the community and give people, if they have some extra money laying around that they're not sure what to do with and want to invest, like, not financial advice, but you throw me the money, I'll do what I can, right? I mean, I paid you guys, so you guys have good ideas, have resources. I think I'm very resourceful. So being able to ask questions and be honest and just transparent, be like, look, I don't know anything. I think that's important.
Sure. Yeah, I think we all appreciate transparency. Also asking for help or asking questions. It's good to network, and I think it's a good place in our chat to meet people. We're always talking to different projects, and it's a very friendly atmosphere of people, giving advice, helping each other out. I wanted to ask, is there other people on your team? If you could mention and tell me what they do.
Sorry, I missed that. Kind of broke.
Is there other team members, that you could explain what their role are?
Team members. Yeah, I mean, team members, not really. It's more or less, there's people that just came along from the first project on Keys Forever, came along, helped us really pump it, understood the value that's here and the timing. And more or less, they pretty much have volunteered to pump their bags, and that was the beginning. Now it's more or less me establishing like good connections, trusted connections at this point with people that have a lot of influence, and so as I do this, as I establish more connections and more resources, I'm able to accomplish more things with the community. At the team is really who's invested, right? We're all part of the team. I didn't set aside dev tokens and said, oh, these are my tokens. No, I had BNB. I sacrificed 2 BNB for the liquidity pool initially. And then I literally, like, at 30, 40K market cap, I was like, okay, this probably go crazy. So I invested. I threw a couple BNB in there too.
Nice. Yeah, that's a wise decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I'd have thrown a couple of BNB in at that market cap as well. But yeah, it doesn't matter when you go in, because from this point it could go to 100 times higher than it is now. So yeah, that's great.
Market cap is great. I'm always paying attention to liquidity pool though before market cap, because even though everybody's getting excited, you guys always gotta pay attention. We need more liquidity so that people can pull out. That's one thing about Shiba that I regretted. The original Shiba, I actually invested in the beginning before it blew up. I invested 1,500. It turned into like 130,000 first pump in May. Yeah, insane. And I didn't sell. I waited until the Vitalik did some crazy shit, moved some tokens around to India, and then people started dumping. Then at like 40K in my wallet, I was like, I'm cool with 40K. I invested one, whatever, So I wish I held though. But if I did, I probably wouldn't have became a developer on the BSC side and do what I did. I was, BSC really helped me grow and really start to learn contracts and stuff.
Yeah, and you also learn like kind of what works and what doesn't, in terms of projects. And I kind of see at the moment like kind of there's a lot of tokens, the meme tokens, they're doing really, really well. Like even like Dogezilla and stuff, and the liquidity is quite low, but they're pumping up to huge heights. And people are just getting on it. The volume's insane at the moment. The Doge, the Shiba ones, all these kind of tokens. There's a lot of them are just going crazy. I'll just unmute a couple of people. I just can see that the hands are up on the call, just to see if they want to say anything. Has anyone got any questions on the call they'd like to ask?
Yes, quick question. So how many percentage have been burned? Because, quintillion is quite a large number. So I may have missed the burning part. Did you burn like 50% already or something?
Yeah. So originally I was thinking, 4 BNB, I wanted to throw 4 BNB worth the whole supply, but I wanted to also make it look like Shiba. So I was like, okay, well, let me pull a little Shiba move and burn 50% and add 2 BNB to liquidity pool. So that's what we did. Now we're stacking up. We turned off all the sales for the taxes, guys. Sorry, hold on, kind of outside. Yeah, so we turned off all the taxes and all the sales on the contract at the moment. So it's slowly gathering some tokens, spooky Shiba tokens. And with that, we're going to burn once we hit around 50 quadrillion. So that's going to be 10% of the supply of 500 quadrillion. There's 500 quadrillion total. It left circulating supply. Once we hit around 50 quadrillion inside of the wallet that's building up, we're going to burn that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
It sounds exciting. The big burn that's coming up. The chart's going to go green. It's great. Is there any other questions on the call? No, it's quiet, so I'll take that as a no. But yeah, it's been great speaking to you, Logan. I'll come over to your Telegram and check it out, see what's going on there, and invest in Spooky Shiba. It sounds like you've got a lot coming up, so it's something to invest into.
Yeah, sure.
Have you got anything you'd like to say as like a closing point?
Yeah, definitely want to get with you on that swap or the bridge. That'd be amazing if we could do that. And
yeah.
like it was as simple as adding your contract ID and what they want to buy. Like if they're coming from Ethereum or wherever to your contract, I thought it would be that simple as, oh, just put your contract here and swap. I didn't realize it was a lot of coding that went to every single contract that's made.
Yeah, there's two different types of bridges. You can have a bridge that goes to Ethereum, and it basically, you have to have two separate liquidity pools, and they balance essentially. So I think that's what Floki did. That was one of the big things that Floki did initially to get a more of a pump, because obviously if you get investors in Ethereum, then it balances the liquidity pool by putting liquidity into BSC, so it makes them equilibrium. So it's something good. But you can have different types of bridges, not necessarily that one. You can have ones where they just pay for Ethereum, from a contract basically. So it basically just stores the Ethereum in a contract, and then you can then do what you want with the Ethereum. So you can put it in your liquidity pool, trade it for BSC if you want to. But I can mention to you the different types separately in a DM or whatnot. I'll send you a message.
That'd be perfect, and I definitely want to get that developed and a little bit on the ball for that in the future, so that everybody has a chance to buy into this or any opportunity I have in the future. I don't build tokens. I don't launch them all the time because I believe in quality over quantity every day.
Yeah, well, that's what we like, quality over quantity. Yeah, and I have every faith that this will be around next Halloween, so I look forward to seeing how it develops.
Thank you, sir. This has been great. Hopefully we can get together also to promote this to the Chinese community too, for another pump.
Sure, yeah, I can get in touch with you after this and pass you on the contact that I have. All right, well, I think we've got to spin the wheel today, haven't we? Is that right? You do like a spin the wheel for a prize. So is somebody able to do that and share the screen, XOXO or Acti?